What's up, YouTube? It's been a minute. How y'all been? So, I thought I'd come on here and show you what I've been doing. I actually just took a little break from the truck, make a little money so I can buy more parts. I was going to make an update video on the exhaust, but I never did. I'm sorry about that. I did get them welded in. I know the welds look like crap, but hey, I'm doing what I can do. I got my wiring for my lights run. My lights work now. I'm actually going to end up probably not doing lights on the front since I'm doing that Featherlight Composites bumper. I am going to put a cow hood on it, and I'm hoping not to have to put a 6-inch because that's a big old air cleaner right there. I'm hoping to be able to stuff it under a 4-inch. Then again, I kind of like the 6-inch Outlaw that goes all the way to the glass. But then again, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to have a stock truck with a 6-inch cow hood because, I mean, that V6 right there is slow. It don't really deserve a 6-inch cow hood. That, and I just thought about I am going to have to do a 6-inch because I got to add a little plate right under that carburetor right there. Yeah, that's right. We're going to do nitrous. I'm going to take the motor back apart whenever I get the truck where to drive. Save up my money, get a set of forged pistons for it. Just put a nice set of dome forged pistons, bring that compression ratio up a little bit. And probably just spray it with a 200 shot, and I'll be happy. That'll get me around 450, 500 horse. That'll do what I want to do. Then after that, maybe I'll do a different engine because these Gen 5s right here, they really ain't. Because I wanted to do a blower. The blower wasn't going to work because they don't make a kit for the Gen 5. That and the heads are pretty bad flowing, so it really wouldn't be that good of an idea. Then by the time I bought a set of aluminum heads and nice blower intake and everything, it was probably going to be better off for me to just build a 496. It would be pretty cool to have a 540 in this truck, but now you're talking about a lot of money. That's way on down the road. The nitrous and the pistons probably another year, because I may spray a 150 shot on it like it is just to see how I like nitrous after I get all my MSD grid and everything put in this truck. Because I mean, that old HEI right there, that was bought just so I could crank this truck up and do what I'm doing right now. I want to put an MSD Pro billet. I want to do a crank trigger. I want to do the MSD grid. I want to really spend some money on this truck because this is my last one here, y'all. I'm keeping this truck unless it kills me. If it kills me, I can't keep it then. But we decided to do a drag setup. We're going to lower it in the rear, lower it in the front, probably 4, 5 drop depending on what I need. I'm not going to back half it. I seen one the other day that was back halved. And I really didn't like the way it looked. I mean, I thought I would like the really fat tires in the back, but I really didn't. I did clean out the bed, though. Well, mostly. But I cleaned out the bed so anything wouldn't fly out when I go out here and do donuts every now and then. Because I do, don't get me wrong. I got off of work the other day, and I had one of them days, and I was so mad I couldn't stand it. I got in the truck. And I swear to y'all, I was shooting 100-foot rooster tails. This joker it scared me, to be honest. I ain't done it since because that was stupid of me to do with no cooling system on this truck. I don't really want to ruin that motor. But I also slung the battery off, so I finally got my battery in the box. Got it bolted down. It's in there good. I got my tools here. Finally brought my toolbox and all my tools. That way, when I work on it, I can find my stuff. It's hard. Now, I appreciate my boss man letting me use his tools for as long as he could. But it's hard. When you got a toolbox and you got your tools, how you got them, it's hard to go to another toolbox. But that's the update. We just doing what I can when I can. And it's all about money. It all started pretty quick because everything was kind of cheap then. I mean, motor plates were $100. The top end kit wasn't but $1,000, and the carburetor was the deal of a lifetime. That's the Holley Ultra XP 750, I believe. Yeah, because it was not an 850. I wanted an 850, but sun scratch and dent, you get what you get. And that carburetor is originally like $1,199 right now. And when I pulled it off the shelf, I paid $499 plus tax for it. So I got the deal of it, and it works beautifully. I love it. Heck, I paid more for the intake. Yeah, I think the intake was like $520. plus tax. I may be wrong. Don't know. Don't remember. Don't care. It's bought. It's paid for. It's done. So I decided not to back half the truck. I am probably going to shave the frame rail so I can tuck a 10.5 wide tire. Because that looks pretty good on these trucks when you can tuck it and really lower it down. They look good. They look mean. I'm going to do a roll pan on the back. You know, just regular drag truck stuff. I don't know if I can do a bed cover. I might have to get a little tricky with it because we are putting the radiator in the bed. I got my funds all set up. I got everything figured out. I'm going to do the electric water pump. I'm going to do AN lines all the way back that instead of doing the pipes halfway under. Which, I mean, both work, but I just wanted to, since I'm doing this one right for me, I'm going to do it right the first time. It's just going to take a little longer. I have not figured out what I'm going to do about the alternator. And ICT Billet makes a nice bracket for these trucks. Well, not these trucks, but these motors. Any motor, really. I love their small block Chevy stuff and their LS stuff. I did a an 89 C1500 long bed. It was a free truck. Dude gave me the truck, and I had an LS motor. He gave me two trucks. He gave me a 99 Silverado with a 5.3 and a 4L60E. And I decided to try one of the Holley kits. I had a little money laying around. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take that motor and stick in that truck. I may put some pictures on here if I ever figure out how to edit it out when I'm talking about these things. But I actually did me an LS swap, and I liked it. I really did. To be honest, in my opinion, that would have... I hate to say this because I love my big block right there. I love that thing right there. That's a nice V6 right there, boys. But that LS swap would have been perfect for this truck. Everything was fuel injection. It had top of the line stuff. It had the FTI fuel ram injection. Had brand new fuel injectors. Nothing, no expense was spared. I had nothing in the motor. And when I got done with fuel injection, I still had $4,000 in the motor. I mean, I spent a boatload of money on that. The transmission was good. I mean, the truck jumped a ditch. A dude was drunk and high, and he jumped a ditch and brought it in to get it fixed. And they told him they couldn't fix it. So he drove it back home and hit a tree. And they found out he was drunk, so he got sent away because that was like his 8th or 9th DUI or something. Long story short, the guy's not getting out. Well, actually, no, he passed away. That's right. He passed away, and a good friend of mine was just stuck with the truck, and he was like, you know what? Here you go. He said, I can't do nothing with it. And I told him, well, I'll take the motor and transmission out of it, and I'll keep the truck. I'll just leave it around the house. If he ever shows up, give me a holler. I'll put a motor in it. But this, well, he ain't ever going to come around. That's right. He's already gone. I don't know. I ain't thinking right. I'm rambling a little bit. But long story short, I did an LS swap. It would have been nice in this truck because it had overdrive. It had a little bit of power to it. It was kind of nice. And I actually, right before I sold that truck, like I do most all my trucks, and I hate when I do this, I'll have some money in my pocket and I want to do a big upgrade. Like that truck, I was going to go buy one of the Texas Speed Stage 2 cams for 5.3. Because the truck was nice, had a really nice exhaust system. Headers and everything was beautiful on this truck. For an old work truck, too, it was a perfect sleeper if I'd actually had some money to put a nice setup on it. But I went to go buy the cam. I was actually going to cam swap an LS. I've done small blocks, never done a big block, never done an LS, never done Ford, never done Dodge, stuff like that. I've always been a small block guy. And I've cam swapped a couple small blocks, but I told myself I really didn't need the truck. I actually come down with COVID the week I sold it. And for some reason, it's weird. I tell people I'm crazy because I really am. I mean, look at this. But every time I look at the truck, I get nauseous when I got over COVID because COVID hit me pretty hard. I mean, I don't believe it's as bad as what they say it is, but I mean, when it hit me, it like to took me out. If I wouldn't have went to the doctor, I'd have probably died. I mean, it was pretty bad. But that's besides the point. Anyway, I got nauseous around the truck, so I decided to sell it instead of buying the cam. And actually, the money from that went into the sound system in my daily truck. I might do a video on it one day. It's got 318s. It's a competition build. I mean, it's wild. It's nice. It's not the craziest. It's definitely not the loudest, but it's, I think last time I metered it done a 141.1. So, I mean, it's pretty good. And that brings us to this project. No, that was the Firebird. Never mind. I'm not going to talk about that car. That car was a quick flip, and the money from it came to this. This is what transpired from that. Good friend of mine, Steven, had the hookup of a life on the motor, gave me a hellacious deal on it. Told him what I was looking for. He had one. Went over there, gave him the money for it. 1 second. All right, back to the video. Sorry about that. I had to talk to somebody for a second there. But, I forgot where I was going, so we just going to skip it and keep on coming. But, I may end up doing different interior. Probably going to do a different dash in the end. Right now, I'm broke. So, I'm going to just do what little I can while I can. And I'll keep y'all updated along as I go. And as always, if you've made it this far into the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you, guys.